You used Mezzy as bear bait?
He
How
starts
many
to
of you went?
he starts to falter. Well, not bait. It was just
How many of
a
you?
Winnie, you're familiar with the bears that inhabit, well, at least your home territory. If one is going bear hunting, one does not go alone, or even in pairs. Usually, they're usually, shall we say, a party that is well armed, often with hunting dogs and the like.
So she's just leaned up against the wall. Although, as Kasumi is continuing talking and she's staring out at the bowl in the tavern, she just seems to like deflate a little against the wall.
How many people went with you?
the two of us.
Did you at least have dogs?
No.
She looks at Kasumi almost like he's grown another head.
He starts stuttering. It certainly wasn't the wisest decision, but now Mezzy wears that bear.
Goodness.
I mean, the fact that they killed it. And you, at this point, I'm pretty sure I've seen the cloak. That's really impressive, actually. They're still insane, but that's impressive.
Consider yourselves very lucky.
He'll kind of, yeah. I'd say we'd be luckier if we hadn't fought one. And we'll kind of, he kind
When he
of,
kind of nods in agreement.
he kind of goes into himself after he says that. Suddenly a lot less chatty.
Was it luck or the mon?
Have you mentioned the mom before?
When he kind of furrows her eyebrows.
Kasumi
I
hasn't.
think so.
Okay.
But Sitara just.
I don't remember anybody mentioning it.
Yeah. He'll give her an eye. I mean, it's certainly. He'll stop. We would have been certainly dead. I mean, hell, we almost were.
Winnie, you're not sure what they're referring to.
Yeah.
If you would like to give me an int roll at a -2. Okay.
Oh.
You've heard the term. You're pretty sure it's something with like Menzokan families, but you're not sure why having a Menzokan family thing would help in a bear fight.
A house
That's a little
symbol.
odd.
A house symbol kept you alive. I assume that's an appropriate dash-in phrase to describe it. A house symbol. Or coat of arms.
Yeah, coat of arms. I mean, she would probably draw the comparison between like a dash and coat. Yeah, and how that would help fighting a bear.
Coat of arms kept you alive.
A very strong one.
I mean, it sounds like they're talking about wearing armor, which, if you're hunting a bear, okay.
Never pictured you as one for armor.
But
Directed at Kasumi.
the general idea of hunting a bear is to not get mauled by the bear.
Yeah.
So armor's not. You can wear it, but at the point where you need it, things have gone horribly wrong already.
Yeah.
So.
Kasumi will kind of give a look between Mezzy and Sitara, which has a very y'all cool to tell her?
Sitara, I guess it like looks between you a little confused, as though like what you didn't already tell her.
Yeah.
Or she came into the middle of the storytelling, and it sounded like you had talked about she had lost stuff, so she seems to look a little like back and forth, like, wait.
It sounds like they left something important out.
Yeah. He'll turn to Winnie. When we assaulted the Yuichi compound, there was a I suppose, captain from the Ryu, and he possessed a Mon crest. It seemed to be some kind of mystical artifact, which could imbue its users with various abilities, or enhance various abilities, rather. We were able to tear it off of him in our escape, and we used it for some time. I lost it in Rikosis, trying to get it identified.
Sitara and Mezzi will both be struck by something, I think. The fact that Kasumi is taking personal responsibility for that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What? Look at... It's character growth.
It is. It's...
What?
Oh my goodness, he's becoming a person.
Oh my god, he's a responsible adult.
Right.
Let's not go too crazy. Adult.
Two days ago, Kasumi was hammered from day drinking.
True.
Throughout your kind of explanation of the Mon, Winnie kind of progressively begins to look more and more disturbed.
That is definitely some dark shit.
Yeah.
The idea that they had something like that and just used it?
It's almost
also,
insane.
Potentially, like,
I mean, it was
stealing a family crest too. I feel like that would be kind of appalling as well to her.
Well, it would strike you. It would strike you a number of. The idea. I mean, her being from a minor landed house, would know that the idea of essentially parading yourself as a member of a major, what is apparently a major household, no. Like, that will get you in all the trouble. So just that on its own is a big no-no. But the idea that it enhanced your abilities, how much do you explain of the side effects?
Oh yeah, he describes them as disconcerting. I'll essentially describe the inky black veins running up his arms, and the exhaustion afterwards. He does not mention the spooky, scary skeleton visions.
You didn't see a skeleton.
I know.
There was no skeleton.
I know. I know.
Given what he's describing, this sounds kind of like stuff you've heard tales about Sibyl, the dark goddess of magic. One of her things is said to be hidden powers. So, yeah.
She also crit failed on a reaction roll.
Yeah, you are sitting at a table with people who think absolutely nothing of worshipping dark gods. And sounds like maybe giving sacrifices to them. Because that's what you do. That's how you get power. You sacrifice other things and people.
Yeah, she just progressively looks more and more like disturbed and horrified.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you guys don't need to roll to realize you have freaked her the fuck out.
I mean, it is kind of freaky.
I mean, imagine you're sitting just chatting with people that you for a few weeks, and
talking
they're like,
about your blood sacrifices.
And they're like, oh yeah, no, like, I used to hang out with this guy down the street. I just, like, slit his throat and ate his heart. And he's just completely, like, deadpan serious. Yeah, that's kind of the look she has on her face. Because double ones.
Yeah.
It is everything in your power not to run screaming from the bar.
Yeah.
Because these people are obviously insane and evil. In various
She looks like she's trying to find words to conceptualize it, just can't.
Do you want to come back to our ship, little girl?
Kasumi just kind of like glances over, like looking a little concerned.
Kasumi, like, as he's talking, looks between Sitara and Mezzy, like
I mean, his telling of it, I feel like would have still been pretty, like, not bland, but not exactly telling his spooky story.
Yeah.
No, but in a way that makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
Because he's just acting like this is another, like, normal day. Like, this is nothing special.
Well, yeah, for him it is.
And so the idea of, oh yeah, we had this thing and it made you like dark and terrifying and gave you like infected veins and etc. etc. And he's just 100% chill with it. No, this is cool. No, we do this kind of stuff all the time.
She kind of goes from like staring at Kasumi's face to like staring down at the table, almost like, oh, what have I gotten myself into?
And when you look back up, Kasumi's eyes are completely black.
Good God.
He'll pause and look at Winnie a little too much.
She kind of blinks and looks back up.
I mean, it's a lot more unsettling than he made it sound.
It certainly was at the time.
I mean, it was terrifying. The things we saw, what we could do.
I mean, unsettling, yes, but you can't argue that it was incredibly useful. I don't know that we would have saved Dasha's family without that thing.
Something about a road to hell?
Maybe. But part of me is glad it's gone. Although I don't feel great thinking about where it might be.
He'll kind of give to that and say, I do wish we'd given it to someone maybe a little more responsible. Or chucked it into the ocean.
You see she like rolls her head back to look at him like, yeah.
No, Winnie makes a face like, yeah, throw it in the ocean.
I feel like I tried that in a past life.
I still think it might turn up somewhere.
God, I hope not.
I mean, sure it'll turn up somewhere. Do you mean somewhere around us?
I don't know.
Sitara has a skeptical look on her face. Although, roll an insight.
Damn it. He'll say, we certainly do have a weird attraction to the strange.
Mezzy, you see a quick flash of uncertainty cross her face, but she doesn't seem to say anything.
That bastard Sitara, she stole it, didn't she? She took it out of there.
I did not.
What was...
Kasumi will look back at Winnie. I hope we haven't frightened you off here.
I'm almost impressed you're still alive.
Yeah.
Things like that, that's what you tell your children at night. Boogeymen, scary stories.
Well, he like starts like he's about to say something which kind of falls short. Or just kind of, yeah, I guess so. Well, it's, I don't know, there's nothing, it's just what we ended up doing at the time. I certainly was curious about how it worked, but I don't think we, I don't know. I would have liked to find out more about it, but I wasn't willing to lose my life to it.
Probably the smart decision.
Kasumi will look over at Winnie. You have any experiences with the supernatural or otherworldly? He kind of woo-woos his fingers.
No.
Oh, he woo-woos his fingers after everything you say. It's like, eh.
Is she lying? 3 on an insight.
Come on.
I know.
That's alright. Usually you like boss insight checks though.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, no, she seems to be telling the truth. She has lived a 100% perfectly normal life, and nothing strange has ever happened.
Okay, Gohan.
Well.
Give it some time.
We're definitely attractors of the strange.
It certainly sounds like it.
I just hope it's nothing strange like that.
Sitara's, like, seems to be scanning the crowd, and she kind of tilts her head on the wall. It's not all terrifying. Nightmares out there.
Don't imagine enough people would do it if it was all terrifying nightmares.
The long dark was dark and full of terrors.
I mean,
yeah. Well, the past few years at least, seems there's some wonder to be found in the world.
I'll pull the rope for more drinks.
You?
I'm gonna need some more.
She finishes off the one she has.
One of the serving girls will kind of swing by. She's kind of making a path around the tables and the floor. What can I get for you guys?
Help.
Woody just looks at her and blinks like, three short, 3 long. And the girl's like, is something in your eye?
Oh.
What?
She just writes "save me" on a napkin and slides it over.
Oh, is it a sunrise?
Call my parents.
Sitara stretches.
Somebody get me an Uber.
Pirate sunrise.
She will nod.